Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. This week we are going to be working on some sketches. So I have a new collection that I want to work on, and it's been quite a while since I've done any substantial drawing, and a lot of it has been on the iPad recently anyway, so I thought I wanted to get back to doing some traditional sketches. I feel like sometimes I'm a little bit looser with those sorts of sketching. I just seem to work better with pencils, and so I thought I would grab my sketchbook, and I haven't really worked in it much. I got this, I think 2 years ago. I did one sketch in it, abandoned it, did another sketch in it about a year later, and then abandoned it again. So I think there's maybe like 3-4 pages filled in. Yeah, you might have seen it in my last video. I had a studio vlog, and it was me basically going through the process of finding inspiration for my new collection. So if you haven't checked that out, I will link it in the cards above. But this week I really want to get into the sketches and really get started on using the inspiration to create my drawings. So I can't remember exactly what sketchbook this is, so I'm going to look it up, and I'll pop it here in the text, and I can link it below as well. The paper is kind of like an off white creamy kind of colour, and it's very thick. From what I've worked in it so far, there is very little ghosting. Some of it, I mean, you can see here I've put a lot of black ink, and although there might be a little bit of a shadow, you can't really see it too much unless you kind of look really hard here. So it takes to ink quite well, but what I'm going to start off with is coloured pencils. So I've got my big jar of Prismacolors. I got these quite a while ago, and I'm going to pick out a couple to use to do some sketching. I prefer to use coloured pencils for sketching. I just personally like that better. So I'm going to grab a couple of coloured pencils, and basically this whole week I'm going to be doing sketching for the new collection, and then once I get all of those put together, it means I can grab the sketches and put them into Procreate, and then I can start digitizing the ideas. So basically, yeah, whole week is just going to be drawing, getting my kind of hands loose again, getting back into art, and try to get out of the kind of rut art block feeling that I have right now. So I hope you enjoy following along this week. Let's get into sketching for the first day. Hello again, we are checking in for session number 2 of the drawing challenge week thing. Don't really have a proper title for it. I was hoping that I would be able to draw every single day, but in true mum life fashion, it's just not been possible. I have a teething toddler with molars coming through, so things have just not been as easy to get done this week, but I'm still drawing and I'm happy now to get on to my second session. And I think today, it's now Thursday, so I think today I'm going to do a longer session. My husband's off work today, so him and the toddler are now currently out in the snow playing. It's like a winter wonderland here in Northern Ireland at the minute. Well, at least where we are. We actually drove to a town about 10 minutes away and there's no snow at all, so we're just looking this little snow bubble here. So yeah, I'm going to do a longer session of drawing today to make up for not being able to draw earlier in the week more. So let's get set up and get some sketches done. So that is me all rounded off for the week. I ended up doing 3 pages in my sketchbook. So the first one, and then there's the second, and the third and final one that I did last night. I had hoped that I would be drawing every single day, or I don't know, I kind of had thought about this maybe being a video where I draw for every single day of the week, at least up until Saturday, so that I could get the video out on time for Sunday. But as I think I mentioned earlier in the video, toddler mum life prevailed and I didn't get quite as much time, and I didn't have quite as much energy as I'd hoped. But I don't want to think of it as a negative, because I've done 3 pages in my sketchbook, and as you've seen at the start, I didn't have anything in this book since like nearly a year ago, or about 7 months ago, I guess. And before that it was another year, so the fact that I've done 3 pages in the past week is like amazing. And it really helped me listen up. I found kind of there was times where I wasn't really super into the drawings I was doing, so I really enjoyed the first day that I did. second day I just wasn't kind of feeling it as much, and then the third day where I did this one, I quite enjoyed this one as well. I feel like I'm kind of getting more of a feeling for how I want this new collection to go, and I think that was really the point of doing all of these sketches, was to loosen me up and kind of figure out where I wanted to go with the sketches, because once I go straight into my iPad with things, I tend to feel kind of the pressure to make it like perfect right away, and I find it harder to be kind of just sketchy and loose with things. So I'm really glad that I went into the sketchbook with this collection first to get some ideas out. I'm kind of hoping that maybe I will do more sketches in this, even if it's not collection related. I want to kind of just sketch whenever I feel like it and make it more of a regular thing. I think sometimes when you're running a business it's really easy to forget about kind of honing the craft rather than just making things that will turn into products. So I want to make sure I don't forget to do that, and make time for it. I want to prioritize that a little bit more, and try to improve my skills this year a little bit where I can. But yeah, I'm really happy with these sketches and I hope you enjoyed the video. I think I will start looking at some of these and transfer some of the ideas into my iPad next week, so I can get a start on actually creating some designs for this collection. So if you want to see how the sketches turn into some designs in the future, be sure to subscribe. I will have another studio vlog coming up on the channel soon, and I'll be able to start showing the process of getting these sketches into Procreate and turning them into something fun and exciting for products in the future. I have lots of other studio vlogs if you're keen on seeing how I started and how far I've come. I think I've got 20 something studio vlogs now, which is crazy. So I will put a link to the playlist if you're interested in watching back on any of those. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you again in the next one.